Hello everyone. So, over the past month, I'm playing a fair bit of Call of Duty Warzone, and I think I've finally figured out the basics. So I thought I'd make a review of it, and whether it's worth it or not. Please note that I'm only going to be talking about Call of Duty Warzone in this video, and not the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So without further ado, here's my review of Call of Duty Warzone. Call of Duty Warzone was released by Activision on the 10th of March 2020, for Xbox One, PS4 and PC. It is a free-to-play Battle Royale game where 150 players drop into the map and loot for weapons and fight until the last man stands. There's a zone of poisonous gas that slowly closes in on the map, so you must be constantly on the move. It is rated PEGI 18 and is cross-platform, so you can play with your friends on all platforms. There are several different game modes to play in Call of Duty Warzone, the most popular of which is Battle Royale, where you can play in solos, duos, trios and quads. As you probably know, in Battle Royale you drop in with nothing but a pistol and you search for better guns, throwables and some cash. You must kill your enemies until you get to number 1. There is also Battle Royale Stimulus Trios, which is similar to the normal Battle Royale, but when you die you will respawn if you have enough cash. Another game mode is Plunder, where you try to find as much cash as you can by looting and completing contracts, and the most cash wins. For the rest of this video, I'll be focusing on the normal Battle Royale, as that's the only game mode that I play and the one I enjoyed the most by far. When you die in Warzone, you're not fully out of the fight. You go to a place called the Gulag, where you 1v1 another person who died, and whoever wins gets to go back. You both have the exact same loadout, so it's completely fair, and you have very difficult weapons to use like snipers. I love this feature, as it makes death much less permanent than in other games, and when you die you still have a feeling of hope to get back in the game. You only get this opportunity once though, so if you die again after you win the Gulag, you won't be able to get back in the game, unless one of your teammates buys you back, which leads me on to the next major thing about Call of Duty Warzone. In Warzone, money plays a huge role. You can find money just like how you find guns, by looting and killing, and you can go to buy stations and get a wide variety of extremely useful things such as previously mentioned, being able to buy your teammate back, a UAV which reveals enemy locations on the minimap, a self-revive kit which allows you to revive yourself when you're downed, and perhaps the best of all, a loadout drop which allows you to pick a custom loadout of guns, throwables and perks to use in battle. I really enjoy the cash system, as it gives an advantage to players that are organised, and it also promotes good teamwork, as it's much easier to get these things as a group, because each person doesn't need a lot of money. Other ways to earn money include completing contracts, such as bounties, where you must kill a certain player, recon, where you must secure a location, and most wanted, where your location is shown to all the players on the map and you must survive within a time limit. There's an extraordinary variety of weapons in Call of Duty Warzone. Their colour determines their rarity. Grey is common, green is uncommon, blue is rare, purple is epic, gold is legendary, and red means that's the player's custom gun. You can customize your guns by creating a custom loadout and going to the gunsmith section. You must earn XP to customize your gun, which is received by getting killed with that gun. You can unlock customization for different aspects of your gun when you get to certain levels. You can also equip perks, which come in really handy in games. For example, the perk Overkill allows you to carry 2 primary weapons instead of a primary weapon and a handgun. Throwables are also useful and really underused. You have a lethal and a tactical throwable. As previously mentioned, you can use your custom loadout in games by buying the loadout drop marker for $10,000 at a buy station. Armour is also essential to lasting long in Warzone. You spawn in with 2 armour plates already on you, and you can find more throughout the game. Armour provides an extra layer of protection for you, and you should always have 3 armour plates on you. The map in Call of Duty Warzone is immensely varied. There are snowy hills, flat land, supermarkets, a stadium, and there's no part of it that feels empty, which is brilliant. There's always buildings, buy stations, vehicles, and contracts scattered around the map, so you're always busy. Also, there's a ton of locations to drop into, and none of them feel too similar to each other. There's still places that I haven't been to yet, so all in all, the map of Call of Duty Warzone is very diverse and vast. The gameplay in Call of Duty Warzone is pretty much flawless, especially since the last Battle Royale game that I played was Fortnite, where the gameplay was cartoony and mediocre. The gameplay in Warzone feels so much more authentic. From the recoil of weapons, to mounting your weapons, to how it feels when the bullets hit your opponent. The gameplay in Call of Duty Warzone is some of, if not the best, I've ever played. Maybe it's just because this is my first Call of Duty game and I'm just not used to such smooth gameplay, but it makes such mundane tasks as hopping through a window feel somewhat enjoyable, and it immerses you way more in the game, and I really can't speak highly enough of it. For me, at 1080p max settings on my GTX 1660 6GB, I get a comfortable 70 frames per second on average. These are the recommended specifications given by Activision. For the processor, for an Intel Core i5 2500K, or for AMD it's the Ryzen 5 1600X. For RAM it's 12GB, for hard drive space you'll need 175GB. For a graphics card, if you're going for Nvidia, it's the GTX 970 or the GTX 1660, or if you're going for AMD, it's the R9 390 or the RX 580. So it's fairly easy to run, although the hard drive space is ridiculous. It's nowhere near 175GB, it's around 100GB for me, which is still such a joke. However, it looks pretty nice and it runs very smooth. My only complaint is about the audio. It can be quite hard sometimes to pinpoint where people are and where people are shooting you from, especially when you're out in the open. So here are the pros and the cons. The pros. It has incredible gameplay, it's cross-platform, it's free, it has outstanding weapon customization. I really like how you land with a gun so you're not just defenseless if you land on top of someone. It's pretty easy to learn the basics and wrap your head around it. Death is much more impermanent than it is in other games. I love the money system. The vehicles are perfectly balanced because they're very fast and useful, but when they're in use they're really loud and they're shown on the map as a red icon. And last but definitely not least, you can hear people scream and rage when you kill them, which is probably the best feature I've ever seen in any video game and I really love it. However, the cons. It's a ridiculous file size, the audio is pretty poor, and it's very difficult to figure out where you're getting shot from. And that's it really. Maybe I'm being slightly biased, but there's no other cons that I can think of that make the game less enjoyable. And the pros far outweigh the cons, which speaks volumes about how good the game is. So here's my overall opinion. I think Call of Duty Warzone is a great game to play. Its smooth gameplay, easy to learn system, and its challenging nature provide for hours and hours of fantastic gameplay. I enjoy playing it with my friends on console and even by myself. It was a perfect way for me to be introduced to the Call of Duty franchise, and I really like how death isn't as permanent as it is in other games, so I don't feel like rage quitting after I die, and it is by far the best battle royale that I have ever played. Fortnite was decent, but the gameplay was so boring, unlike in Warzone, where the gameplay feels fresh and authentic. I also adore the fast-paced nature of the game. You're never bored in games, and they only feel like a few minutes when in fact they're like 20 minutes. So, is Warzone worth it? I'd say yes if you're looking for a new multiplayer game and you have the storage space for it. Especially if you're on PC and you need a multiplayer game to play with your console friends, I'd say this game is a must get. It's free, so I'd say it's worth a try. Also, if, like myself, you've never played a Call of Duty game before and you want to dip your feet in this franchise, this is an excellent place to start to give you a feel of the gameplay in other Call of Duty games, because it's free. So if you're looking to get a Call of Duty game that actually costs money, but you're not sure, I'd highly recommend giving this game a try. So thank you so much for watching this video. I'm trying to make more videos on different games other than Red Dead Redemption 2, and I've recently gotten a lot of games off Steam, so expect to see many more reviews coming up. What do you think about Warzone? Do you think it's overrated? And would you like to see more videos on it? I'd love to hear what you think in the comments below. If you liked this video, please leave it a like, and if you didn't, please leave it a dislike. If you have Instagram, you can follow me at RombarkYT. Again, thank you so much for watching and take care of yourselves.